Right now at noon, a Joplin police officer will not be charged for a shooting incident earlier this year.
And we've got those partly to mostly cloudy skies out there. Showers and thunderstorms still hitting a brick wall in southeast Kansas. We'll talk about when the rain will arrive coming up.
Plus, the log jam on the Neosho River in Ottawa County continues to grow.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A state investigation clears a Joplin police officer of wrongdoing in a shooting. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. The Missouri Highway Patrol was called in to investigate a February 9th shooting on West 7th Street. In that shooting, the officer fired one shot that hit a suspect's hand and wrist area. The suspect was then treated for non-life-threatening injuries. An internal investigation conducted by JPD determined the officer acted appropriately. They then called in the MSHP to process the crime scene and investigate as an outside agency. Based on their report, the Jasper County Prosecutor's Office determined charges are not warranted against the officer in the case. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Now we've got ourselves a relatively decent day so far across the area. We've got these showers and storms. Now, you all might almost think that this is the same radar image from earlier this morning, but it's not. We're just seeing this kind of almost a brick wall here that showers and storms so far have not been able to make it through. We've got capping in place across the rest of the area, even though we're getting some sunshine in there. But if you watch the loop, those showers from this morning, there they go. They fizzle out. Some more try and flare up right behind them. They fizzle out, and we've got this activity out to the west that's going to try and make its way in, but so far it's not having much success. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line showing some clear skies. We've got the partly to mostly cloudy skies out there across the entire region, but we're getting enough sunshine that we're still expecting to warm up. Now, we still do have a risk for strong to potentially severe storms. However, for today, that elevated risk has been backed up rather significantly. We started the day at 55 yesterday we started at 55, made it up to 85, so 12 degrees above normal for our high, but not far off the average for our low temperature. 75 in Joplin, 74 in Pittsburgh. Temperatures right now variable, again, based on cloud cover out there, as we're kind of in the 70s. We've got low 70s, we've got mid 70s, and we've got upper 70s. As we enter the evening, still a stray shower storm possible, especially out in southeast Kansas. Overnight, still seeing that potential for some strong thunderstorms. We'll look at all that in detail with the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. The log jam on the Neosho River in Ottawa County, Oklahoma continues to grow near Twin Bridges State Park. It's estimated to be the size of 2 football fields right now, with more debris expected to join in from upstream. We spoke with the mayor of Miami, Bless Parker, who says there's currently no plan to remove the jam.
Actually, there's really not a whole lot we can do. You know, the accountability falls on GRDA. And GRDA has never been held accountable by our state, by our governor, by our legislators. They've never been held accountable for anything they've ever done. And somebody needs to hold them accountable. They're in charge of this water system, and they need to operate it the way it's supposed to be.
There's also concerns about a BNSF railroad about a half-mile downstream from the log jam. The Ottawa County Bar Association wants to let Oklahomans know about Law Day 2024. Today from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., hundreds of Oklahoma lawyers will donate their time to provide free legal advice by phone or email. For contact information and details, including details on other states in our area, go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. The Oklahoma Bar Association has been celebrating Law Day for more than 60 years. Well, it appears Kansas will not be banning gender-affirming care for minors. The State House Monday night failed to override Democratic Governor Laura Kelly's veto of the bill. The Republican-controlled Senate had enough votes to enact the ban, but the House was 2 votes shy. The measure would have stopped hormone therapies, puberty blockers, and surgeries for trans and non-binary youth in Kansas. Governor Kelly called the failed override a win for parental rights and Kansas families. The race for councilperson in Ward 1 of Carterville, Missouri is over. Residents yesterday voted in a special election to determine the winner after the race ended in a tie, with 14 votes going to both Devin Keeling and Darlene Taylor. 5 more residents cast their ballots yesterday, with Keeling winning the position by a count of 18 to 15. The SEK Highway 69 Strategic Alliance hosted a meeting to bring community members together with Pittsburgh and Crawford County officials to discuss expansion plans. One option is to expand the current bypass, which many of the residents in attendance were in favor of. Another is a plan to create a new bypass west of the current one in Crawford County. Some residents are worried that would hurt local businesses.
Our determination now is not so much to be against the western bypass, but to be for upgrading and improving the existing bypass around Pittsburgh. We know that's a lot more economical way to go.
KDOT is currently looking at economic surveys to see how much of an impact each plan would have. High school students in Carthage show off their hard work today at the Project Lead the Way Senior Showcase. The showcase is to celebrate the designs and innovations of engineering and biomedical students. The event also serves as a way for students to expand their educational horizons.
My freshman year, I enrolled in Carthage High School actually really late, but I chose PLTW because there's tons of articles all over the internet about how good of a program this is, and also Carthage actually probably has the best PLTW program in the Midwest.
The students were able to showcase their designs with a model, prototype, or schematic and create a marketing plan to pitch their product or potential investors. Well, Joplin Public Library is offering a non-conventional service, conversion of VHS, vinyl, cassettes, and DVDs to digital. It's an opportunity to relive memories and save them for future generations. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
This is all I have of my boys growing up. I really treasure the tapes, watching them dance around when they were little and all that, and it made me sad that I can't even watch them anymore.
Tara Smith found in her workplace the Joplin Public Library a way to relive her kids' childhood memories.
They're getting old. I don't have a VCR anymore, so I thought I need to convert them. This has been great that I can convert all of these memories of my kids.
Joplin Library Makers Space offers Joplin residents and visitors the opportunity to travel back in time.
Whoa! I've had patrons that come in and it's old family videos of someone they've lost, a pet that they had when they were 5, you know, those are always fun. School recital that you haven't thought about in years that you kind of wish you hadn't saved.
The service also offers a way to reconnect with pictures and videos differently.
Something that's really great to do, to be able to see it even bigger than just on your little camera or your phone.
And to offer future generations like Smith's grandkids the chance to see life back in the day.
They're getting a kick out of, yes, this is your dad when he was your age, and so I think they will really enjoy being able to see them easier now.
In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
The library also has equipment for cutting or engraving a variety of materials. To make appointments for conversions and other services, contact the Joplin Public Library. You can find more information on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, coming up, New York police move into Columbia University overnight to clear out pro-Palestinian demonstrators. And later, we're making Kentucky Derby bars in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Campus protest against the war in Gaza escalated overnight across the country, with protesters and counter-protesters clashing at UCLA and in New York City, where police cleared out demonstrators who took over a building at Columbia University. Michael George has the latest.
Violent clashes erupted overnight on UCLA's campus between pro-Palestinian protesters who had set up an encampment and counter-demonstrators who launched what looked like some kind of fireworks into the tents. They also attempted to knock down the barriers in front of the camp.
There was like a lot of fights going on too, like people started hitting each other with sticks.
There did not appear to be a law enforcement presence on the campus for hours, but eventually police did arrive. Heated confrontations also escalated overnight at Columbia University as New York City police officers moved in. Some climbed through a window to get protesters out of an academic building they'd been occupying. The officers entered at the request of the university.
We knew these children were being exploited and they were in danger.
New York City's mayor blamed outside agitators for the rise in tension.
It was clear we had to take appropriate actions. When our intelligence division identified those who were professionals, well-trained, one of them was married to someone that was arrested for terrorism.
Police also began clearing the tent encampment that has been the symbol of the protests on Columbia's campus for nearly 2 weeks.
We will not stop, we will not rest. This is close.
And it's not just the coasts. Police responded Wednesday to pro-Palestinian protests from Tulane University in New Orleans to the University of Wisconsin. The demonstrations have sparked more than 1,000 arrests nationwide since they started. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The NYPD said they made hundreds of arrests overnight in connection with the protest. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
We're getting ready for the Kentucky Derby, so get out your Derby best as we whip up a dessert that is winner circle worthy.
And most of us staying dry across the area this afternoon. More thunderstorm chances, though, still on the way. We'll have a look at that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. It is 12:14, coming up on 12:15 here, and we are still looking at some showers and storms. We've got some capping in place that's not really allowing them to make much progress further east as of yet, but here's where we stand right now with the cloud cover, with the showers, and with the thunderstorms out there. So we've got cloud cover, a little thicker, and it's always so fascinating, right along and to the south of Interstate 44. A little clearer out in between, and then back behind that, a few more showers. We go into Coffee and Anderson counties out here. We've got a few scattered showers out there, one in Greenwood County right now, a couple of thunderstorms. Then we have these just to the west of Elk and Chautauqua counties out there. And if we put the loop on this, we go back right here is those thunderstorms we were watching out there this morning. They kind of hit this wall, fizzle out. And they try to redevelop here, and they fizzle out. We are just running into this capping that's in place and not really allowing anything to get going. And with that said, the greater severe threat, which the more significant severe threat's been off to our west, but the elevated severe risk has been backed up just a little bit across southeast Kansas. Now we still have that low tornado risk, just clipping the western edges of our viewing area, of our area here. And we still have a low to elevated hail and wind risk. The elevated risk still about where it was, the low risk, the elevated wind risk has been backed up a bit, just to account for the fact that thunderstorms are having a hard time going. But the other problem is the ones that are hitting that brick wall are causing issues for future development. So there's been a few changes on the future track. As we head into this evening, we could see a few showers and thunderstorms on the Missouri side through the evening hours. These shouldn't be much of an issue. And then by 8, this is where we get that opportunity for a couple of strong, potentially low-grade severe thunderstorms. Now, the rest of this almost plays out as was expected, with a little more expectation, a little more development expected by midnight instead of it being confined a little further northwest. And then we'll see showers and thunderstorms. Here we are, 3 a.m. Here's that line. It looks a little different, but it's almost the exact same place and filling that it was as of this morning, so no major change on that. However, it moves out a little faster. And by 6 a.m., we have just a few stray showers instead of a few stray thunderstorms. But again, the other part that hasn't changed since this morning is the redevelopment. About 10 o'clock in the morning, additional showers and thunderstorms will redevelop across the area. These will be scattered. Some of us, you'll get breaks, like here we are at 3 o'clock. Almost everyone getting a little bit of a break. And then we'll see additional development as we go later into the evening. And some of these storms will have the possibility to be strong, possibly low-grade severe as we head into our Thursday out there. So that's what we're expecting over the next 24 hours. We're still looking at highs, again, depending on how much sunshine you see, upper 70s, maybe low to mid 80s out there. Low 60s tonight, upper 70s tomorrow, mid 70s on Friday. Most of our Friday looks good. And then we have additional thunderstorm chances Friday night all the way into next Tuesday. And then we'll pause again on Wednesday, hopefully, for a moment, where we see additional shower and thunderstorm chances by the end of next week. So again, we've said it, and just so folks understand, we absolutely have needed rain.
Yes.
This is just not the way that we needed it. When it floods and just builds up like that, it's not doing anybody any good at all.
That is correct. All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making Kentucky Derby bars in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, today's Mr. Food dish is a Kentucky Derby dessert that combines all the fun of racing day with some sweet flavor. Howard is showing us the recipe for Kentucky Derby bars in the Mr. Food test kitchen.
The mint julep. You know, this weekend is the Kentucky Derby, which many consider the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. Now, since most of us aren't going to Churchill Downs this weekend, that doesn't mean we can't be part of all the fun and festivities. As a matter of fact, I have the perfect dessert to serve after the race. The first thing we do is line a baking dish with a mixture of crushed graham crackers mixed with butter. This is going to be our crust. For the filling, we beat together some butter and sugar until it's creamy. To that, we add some eggs and vanilla. And when it's fluffy, we slowly mix in some flour along with a bit of salt. Now for the best part, we stir in some chopped pecans and lots of chocolate chips. Once this is mixed, we spoon this into the crust and pop it into the oven. After it's baked and it's cooled, simply cut it into bars. To go all out, we like to serve it with a homemade Kentucky bourbon whipped cream. If there's anything I would bet on this weekend, it would be that anyone who tries this will think it's truly a winner. To get the recipe for our Kentucky Derby bars, along with our homemade bourbon whipped cream, just visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly, who looks like she's ready for the Derby, where today we found a no horse in around kind of way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can, of course, find this recipe online. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4 state market prices.
All right, so we've got those highs again, upper 70s, low 80s, isolated showers and storms in parts of southeast Kansas through the afternoon and evening. Better thunderstorm chances later tonight after midnight. Scattered storms throughout the day on Thursday. Not a bad Friday. Evening storms, though, kick in, and that will run all the way through next Tuesday with thunderstorm chances. A brief pause on Wednesday. More shower and storm chances next Thursday and Friday. A lot of rain on the way.
A lot of rain. We needed it, but maybe perhaps not this much.
We need it spread out a little more.
Yeah,
we don't want it to just
once.
suddenly stop for the next 2 months.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Chris. And Dow, what do you have for us this evening?
A lot's coming up at 5. For starters, today is recognized across the globe as Maternal Mental Health Day. It's an effort to raise awareness and support for women experiencing mental health issues during and after pregnancy. Plus, after the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, concerns over the structural integrity of aging bridges has moved to the state and local levels. We're going to learn about plans to repair critical crossroads in the 4 states. And May is National Foster Care Month. We're going to hear from a Joplin organization about what foster homes can provide for children in need of a supportive environment. Hope you'll join us for those stories. More KOAM News at 5.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dow. Well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us and have a great rest of your day.